Good morning, bakers. I started this once before and realized about halfway through that I hadn't turned on my camera. It's ridiculous. Good morning. I am here, Dal, making my starter, and today is day 6, and it is runny. It is awful. So I'm going to try something new today. I recommend this for all of you who might be following along and making a starter and having some trouble. We need to start feeding it twice a day. If you haven't switched to the bread flour and whole wheat flour mixture, I recommend you start right now, today or tomorrow if you have to go buy whole wheat or whatever. But it's time to go ahead and start moving forward to get this going. It's really feeding on itself. It's very runny. I could have fed it last night and I thought, well, no, I'll do it today. I won't record me feeding it because I think that's overkill, but it does need to be fed twice a day for a couple of days to really get a nice thick starter. It should be thick, not thin. So if yours is thin and runny, feed it twice a day. Give it a little more flour. A thick starter is better than a thin one. So, because when it's thin, it's hungry. So let's get started. Let's put it on our scale and tare our scale. And we will use 100 grams of water. We'll go slowly. Of course. Only 1 gram over, so it's not the big deal, but there we go. 100 on the nose. I put fresh water in my jar yesterday and washed it out. You need to do that at least once a week, because the water in there, if it's just sitting there for very long, it gets, I don't know, icky. I don't think it's very nice. I'm so professional. Icky. What kind of word is that? It gets stale. It should be freshened every now and then. So I will be baking again on, making 11 tomorrow night and making my bread dough Saturday, baking Sunday, but I'll be using this on Saturday. So I'll probably freshen it up once more before Saturday. I let it sit on the counter and dechlorinate, and then it's ready to go. Put a lid on it. Okay, so now we're gonna add, tare your scale, we're gonna add 100 grams of bread flour. There we go. Exactly 100 grams, that's what we want. And 25 grams of whole wheat. I try to make these really short because I want you to see how quick it is every day to do these feedings. It doesn't take long at all. I think, well, I guess I better leave it on there. Tare your scale, and I can pour this in because it's so runny. 25 grams of this. Okay, perfect. 25 grams. Now that has to go down the sink. That is really not good for anything. It doesn't smell nice. It's runny. It has no good property for you to be able to do anything with it. So now just mix it up really well and then pour it into our jar, cover it, and leave it on the counter. I will come back. It's 9:22 right now, so I'll come back before I go to bed, probably about 9:30 or 10, and I will feed this again. And I will make just a short video, I won't show me feeding it, but I will show you the growth and how, if it's runny or whatever. But right now this is very thick today, and I'm not sure why. How strange. That just shows you that it's different based on the heat and humidity of your kitchen, the heat of the flour, the water, all of it. Everything's a little bit different. There are variables every day. And so you just have to take those into account and run with it. This is going to be a nice thick starter, so I'm really happy about that because it really needs to be thicker. It's been so thin and so runny. It just didn't have anything to eat. It was very hungry. So we'll just get it into our jar, cover it up, wash up our cup and spatula, and we're done. Oh, and wash that other stuff down the drain. Whew. Yes, I think you'll be amazed. Make it a little thicker. I know there's some of you who don't have your scales yet, so you're measuring. So just measure it until it's thick. That's the point. It needs to have something to feed on. There we go. Whoa, made a big mess of my jar. So just push it down around the sides like that. And you're done. I'm gonna try and get every little bit. I don't know why. It's not gonna matter since most of this goes down the drain anyway. But that's it. We're done for today. So put your lid on it, leave it out on the counter, and watch it grow. I mean, during the day, come in and have a look. You can also stir it. I gave it a stir last night because it was so thin and runny. And usually it'll perk up a little bit if you give it a stir, but mine was so thin. Whoops. It was so thin, just horribly thin, that it didn't matter. I should have fed it last night. Okay, so we're ready for tomorrow. And this weekend, like tonight, I'm making pizza. And I might make a little video that I'll post on my Facebook, Bread Making for Beginners, my Facebook group. I might post it on there if I make a video of making the pizza. I'm still pretty new at pizza making, but I got all the right tools. And I've discovered that having the right tools makes a huge difference in your success rate. Sort of like having a scale. Be sure you have a kitchen scale. They're $25 on Amazon or at your Bed Bath & Beyond or whatever. You can buy them cheaply most everywhere. Get a digital scale and measure everything in grams. You're not going anywhere until you do. Okay, thank you guys and happy baking. See you tomorrow.